The man doesn't react or turn as you approach, your feet echoing off the high metal.
Don't look now, but you can see through the metal floor, all the way down.
Ah, a fellow public servant. Then some kind of rogue agent of safety, completely unwitting. That I was not expecting. The fire exit. I watched you remove the offending ball. Order restored. You have my appreciation. A clear safety hazard, and a distracting one at that, making it nearly impossible to enjoy the view.
A man who's fond of things being orderly. We might be dealing with a rules creep.
Please, sit. My view is your view. I'm being punished. My employer has placed me in an impossible position.
A faded patch sewn into his trousers, below the pocket. Twin black lines set against a yellow background. Ariel de Portofino, the oldest transit company in the city.
I'm a safety inspector, watching the lines. As you might have noticed, this pylon is under construction, technically. Precisely. That's because this line, Line 9, will never be finished.
Line 9. The same line the man by the Aerotram station was told to wait for.
Then they would be waiting a very long time. Where to start? This pylon's angle deviated more than expected as the concrete set. Hazardous near water. Shouldn't have skimped on materials. Then there are the clearance issues. The party alley rooftops are higher than the building department's official records. Since the last round of enter stabilization, they've been trying to force us lifers out. We can be fired, not easily, but they can take away the work that made us stay in the first place. I have two options. I could falsify my reports and declare Line 9 safe for construction anyway, or I could quit. Either way, the company can lose. I wasn't always. I thought about throwing myself off this pylon, right where you're standing. I used to fantasize about the GMs dragging my waterlogged corpse from the canal. Fortunately, this spot lends itself to reflection. Contemplating my punishment helped me see how to live with it. I'm a structural engineer. I believe in stability. What Emperor has brought isn't that. Their version of stabilization shifts the responsibility of managing entropy from the state to the individual. Human existence always carries entropy with it. That's inherent in the system. Social insurance, pensions, fair wages, these are measures against the entropy of living. They're also expensive. Such is the price for joining the developed world.
He glances down. The world spins slowly.
There's entropy in all systems. No living thing can avoid it entirely. A friend of yours? asking about him. Maybe a friendship's in the stars, yes? And the door, which you closed? Beautiful.
But no tempo. He has been watching. No harm in testing him. Just a bit.
Before you go, you might want to know. It seems someone is interested in you. No, I don't think so. Of course.
The man gives no indication of registering your presence. His mirrored sunglasses are turned skywards. Must be cataract glasses. He's visually impaired. Maybe mentally impaired also.
No, it's not. But it's a good one. Help you with something?
A decent performance, but you have notes. Time to show. Cards on the table. A still moment. From a nearby rooftop, the sound of children playing. This is the only way through. Darkness visible. Your cerebrospinal fluid turns to liquid refrigerant. Tempo del Sur, mid-tier deity in the local underworld. And once your asset, cryptonym Taxman. Also someone you once called a friend. From day player bootlegger to directing the full production in 5 years. Quite the ascent for an exposed asset. Because his name is Pseudopod, and the hushed arena awaits a different spy. Your name is the Flood, home turf. You have returned. He nods slowly. You catch an impression of his eyes as the light hits his sunglasses. Shards of both past and present collide. In the wreckage, a jagged pattern forms. 1. Tempo, Kryptonin taxman, your dormant asset. Contacts the opera. Intent unknown. Information unknown. Request, meeting with operant Cascade. Only Cascade. 2. Cascade status frozen. Duration in perpetuum. Opera issues directive. Dispatch lead operant to Portaferro. 3. Pseudopod. Active in theater. Assignment, meet with taxman. Retrieve message. They wanted Pseudopod to become Tempo's new handler. You were just here to smooth the transition. 4. Pseudopod fails to meet with taxman. Requests Cascade from Opera. 5. Timeline disrupted. Movements unknown. Pseudopod. Status changes to lost. 6. Cascade. Status changes to reanimated. Operant arrives in theater. Unbriefed. Unassigned. And... questions coagulate, but at their center a truth catches the light. Teeth bared, but nothing left to guard. Fear of the dark.
must be slain. A jolt of fear snaps through you, writing itself across your face. Unclear if he noticed. He sniffs idly, rolling the cigarette between his lips. An old, low-slung workhorse with tar patches, welded plates, and mismatched boards. Resin on the seams, hairline cracks across the hull. Someone's been fighting to keep it alive. Long dead hands carrying the hull, white fingers in the brine. Progress, suspense, quick, ask more. He stares at you and keeps staring at you. Treaties, obligations to foreign banks and bureaucracies, third-party audits, all part of joining the developed world. A big gang where no one's your friends, and there's always more palms to grease.
He lowers his head in brief salute. Refreshments are lined up like brightly colored soldiers, neatly regimented behind coiled springs. The refreshments remain dormant in their artificially chilled chamber.
Congratulations, you fell for the attractive coffee lady. Is safe house everywhere? What you call your need for stimulants is itself the invention of copywriters and graphic designers, capital's true avant-garde. You desire the red and black coffee because you see the attractive woman with compelling hair and you believe in her more than yourself. All manufactured sensations. What you desire is not the red and black coffee, but the solidity of soul that comes with knowing the coffee is your desire. That's what the whole fucking thing is about. An eternal shell game of desires, deferred and approximated. As long as you keep wanting, of course it is. We are made to unrealized desire by the caffeinated deception and the appealing armed women who enforce it. It is not your tongue that tastes the milky sweetness, but the tongue of another inside your own mouth.
The steel door to Tempo's office is before you. Faint oxidation halos bloom across it, like algae on a sunken wreck. No response. It's locked. Then stop being so polite. It's a standard lock, pickable by the right hands. The right hands would be holding tools for lockpicking. The lock awaits your move.
Our friends need help. Kick the fucking thing down.
A brief tremor runs through the metal, but it doesn't budge.
Humans dominate doors every day. Hold this one back down the pecking order.
Stop. Don't enter. Don't break this seal. This doesn't have to be yours. You step back from the door. You stop and take the world in, a figure jittering on paws. Nobody looks up. Nobody asks why you're here. Nobody waves. 100 conversations blend into one. A slow, warm river carrying you nowhere in particular. You're watching. Taking a breather. Casing the joint. Looking for love. We made it back. Off the shelf and back in the current. No forms, no cold offices. This is how it's supposed to be. Noise. People. Chances. With enough time, you could put down roots, grow moss, Scare the tourists, sure. But are you really built for that? A sharp inhale, then your feet return to motion. You stand before Tempo's door once more. Gang ho. The frame screams in protest and concedes as you fling the door backwards into the room. A ruined sofa with a sad story to tell. The air hums. This is a spy's death. Gang's very troubled. The secret feds darked out our friend. Too much. Update. Asset taxman was unknown. Now zeroed out. Multiple assailants going by the footprints. A brief struggle. Then the inevitable. The stereo system is facing away from the sofa. Think about this suboptimal room layout for a moment. It's much easier than looking at the blood. At the start, at least, this was not a clean hit. Hopefully he went out riding the high white horse all the way to heaven. The aftermath was the point. This is a warning. The blood is curdled and cracked, the color of old brick. A week ago, maybe more. The way espionage crises always go. People collide in slow motion, gripping the outer edges half blind. Bodies mount, telephones ring. Mere minutes into the match and the away crowd are silenced by a stark scoreboard. Enemies 2, Cascade 0. For now. On the desk are a grey notebook, an e-terminal, and a broken photo frame, face down. Next to the frame is an eye with a long single teardrop, shaped out of a fine white powder. The eye of your enemy, waiting to greet you. It's soft and ringed. The word accounts is written across the top in black marker. A thicket of serial numbers, dates, columns and rows cover the pages top to bottom, along with shorthand references to incomes and outgoings. You notice the handwriting completely changes in the more recent entries. The first dates back years, harsh-lined,
Heavy-handed, all capitals. The second set is an elaborate looping cursive. Some of the eyes have little hearts instead of dots. Boring, boring, boring.
There are none. The first set of handwriting even uses the word cunt with the same wild abandon as the second. It would be quite rare for rupturing blood vessels to entice one into calligraphy.
The heart suggests a compassionate touch, maybe even a human relations department. A list of names, titles, and compensation. One of the rows has been firmly crossed out with aggressive black lines.
Ignatz. Nothing in the archives. Rent, utilities, and other minor operating costs, including travel. Multiple instances of round-trip tickets between Portofino and Acquair de la Luz. You avert your gaze.
It doesn't turn on. Someone's cut the cord.
The crying powder eye stares at you.
Your finger returns to you with a dusting of white. Power plant.
It tingles on the tip of your tongue. It prances underneath your lips, keeps you cool. It's cocaine.
The eye is no longer weeping. It is a signal. The crudeness of it points towards a sick joke by the weeping eye. The eye watches you. Your eyes turn.
As you turn the frame around, dust falls and a blade of light momentarily obliterates the row of faces presented. Cutting straight to our heart.
A surprise attack launched from your own past. Here you all are.
Taxman. Estoc. Virtue.
Cascade.
Radiant. Kindred. Holocene.
Your former network, known to the Opera as.
Unknown to you as those friends you left to die 5 years ago.
A set of implements arrayed upon a workbench. None of them meet your eye, apart from you, the only one looking down the camera. What a thoughtful gesture. Very late, but very thoughtful.
You slip the photo out of the frame, into your pocket.
Pressing against your heart once more. You did what the assignment called for, what you were told to do. A fatal case of sentimentality, leading cause of death among old assets and spies. Too late. Fading lights in the fog. You are here now, under attack. The goal difference after the previous outing. Enemies, 7. Cascade, 0. Count today's set pieces and you're on 9-0. That's the relegation zone. The manager's position is in jeopardy. Beneath the photo, and your heart, a tug. The window to your right. Did someone see you come in here? The desk is as you left it. You tap your fingertip across the dusty eye, then turn it upwards into your nose. If the entire weeping eye came through that door right now, you'd kill 'em all. You turn from the desk, back to the ransacked room. The desk is as you left. You turn from the desk. You can make out an impression of the bazaar beyond the window, obscured by dust and grime. You gather up your sleeve and exhale onto the window, where your breath reveals a clear handprint in the dust. You raise your hand and place it gently onto the print. It's smaller than your own. That is not Tempo's hand. Could be. The print would fit a young woman's hand. Across the canal is the district of Lower Vudas, a haggling mess of slums, continually sprouting from the defunct ruins of itself. It hums with free-flowing commerce, pensioners with oversized bags, teenagers carrying skewers of fried shrimp, dockers moving pallets off the canal. An unusual shape breaks the pattern, a large orange figure sliding between the stalls. Glancing up at the office, too much and too often. The man from the photo shop. Of course. In espionage, coincidence is folklore. Known to the opera as the whole sick crew. You hold the photograph in your hands. Beneath the smudges and creases, 7 figures gather under dim barroom lights. The whole sick crew, together in person for one night only. In the center, you, their lead and birthday girl. It wasn't actually your birthday. You just said it was. There you are, together, just once. At the very least, it was something that never occurred again. And per the standards of stagecraft, should never have occurred in the first instance. There's Tempo, off the drink and vocal about it.
He's still the loudest and most aggressive person in the room on just a soda and lime. Far left, a frame built for violence. Bulbous, glistening skull shaved bare every morning. People like Tempo move through life telling themselves the devil is in the source, until they get off it. Only then do they realise it's inside them. Next to you, Ramses is warm silence, nodding along. It's hard to tell whether to the music or to the conversation. Carolina stirs her drink, a gin drink like she imagined you would be drinking. Massive beard, prematurely greying. Eyes shot bloody if he were ever to take those reflective sunglasses off, even in the dead of night. Ramses smokes inside, indifferent to laws and customs. Carolina has actually gone and bought you a gift. She says they're a reminder of you. You still have them, in fact, on your feet, right now. To your other side, Vespar keeps disappearing and reappearing with 2 small glasses of schnapps at once. The second one he calls his insurance policy. Not that it made any difference in the end. Even though she's just arrived, Esty looks ready to leave. That she's even come at all is a sign of respect. Even now, the sight of her brings up difficult feelings in you. And yet she performed her role with admirable consistency all the same. Holocene arrives last, thinking it's only going to be the both of you. He goes pale when he sees your entire network gathered in one place. Your double. Together you assembled the crew from the ground up, but he never crossed professional boundaries the way you did. He's appalled by your sentimental fallacy and threatens to report you to your controller. Perhaps he sensed what was coming, or was already gleaning the patterns from its isolated dots. The last thing any network should think of. And yet so many do. The eternal and the doomed. A little memento against eternity. It disappears back in your pocket.